call it a proper Catapult time or not. We're going to start on the Peanuts Christmas present. And as I don't want to get paint all over my new hat, I'm going to take it off and put it to one side. What we're going to do is we're going to paint this pink. Now I've got some glitter to put on it too, but we're going to start with the pink paint. So I got to paint this thing on all sides. Now you could use spray paint for this, but really it's not my style. I'm going to go with a rather sizable brush. Got a paint rag here. What we're going to do is kind of paint it along with the wood grain. And kind of, or at least as much with the wood grain as I can. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of discoloration. I suspect this brush has got some staining going on, so I may end up having to use more than one coat on it. So let's dry this brush off and get a little bit more pink paint here, because I really want it to be a good proper pink. And it was getting like shades of lavender, and that's not exactly what I had in mind. You can see it's shedding a few bristles. And yes, I know I'm gonna have to clean off the brass here in a minute. So I'll probably paint this front facade, and then I'll clean off the brass. Now, in there with it, let's go up here with the thing, because I suppose I could have taped it off, but there we go. Now we'll go ahead and wipe off the excess paint, which should leave us a nice, and you'll see that I'm getting some places where it bled through, so I'm going to have to do something with that. So we're going to have to hit it with another coat of paint, and I'm going to go with a different brush this time. And that's too small. We'll go with this one right here. It's about a medium-sized, smaller medium-sized brush. It's got a nice fat handle on it. Now, we're going to touch up what didn't stay on good. Yeah. I have to retouch that brass. Alright, let's go ahead and clean off the brass again. And still pulling off a little bit too much right in here. I don't know what it is with that place that doesn't want to hold paint very well. It sure enough don't. So we're going to have to tap it one more time. And I'll probably just barely use any, but it does need gone over, so we'll kind of, what I'll do is I'll go over it with just a little bit of the paint, just enough to kind of pink it out right there and try to avoid hitting that brass again. Alright, that should do it. I don't want it overly pinked. Now, we're going to turn it over here, close up the lock, bring it over. I'll go ahead and hit this, and I'll probably be working on some sort of interior, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it exactly that way. I don't really want to leave bare wood in there. I'd like to kind of do a little bit with maybe compartments or something. I don't know. I'm just winging it today. I've got a basic idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm just winging it and figuring out what I'm doing as I go. I got like I said, a basic idea. I've got some things I'm going to use for absolute sure, but between here and there, I've always heard it said, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. I know it wasn't my plans 15 years ago to mostly having to walk with a cane and not being able to work. That was not something I planned. But here we are. Now, I'll just kind of tap dry this. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Just enough to kind of get all this excess paint So I do want to kind of keep some hint of the wood grain because I think that's just kind of a nice touch. Now, it's kind of... There we go. That don't look too bad. Now, here comes the fun part. I gotta paint this. I gotta paint this thing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with a small brush first, like that one. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come up around it. I've got my paint rag still handy, and we're gonna just paint around this edge, just a hair. So I don't want to get it on the brass. Well, I got a little bit on the brass. I didn't really want to get any on the brass. There we go. Now, a little more. That's we got to paint all the way around the hinges. Very, very carefully. I don't want to get paint onto the metal if I can avoid it. And if I do, I'm going to wipe it off so that it doesn't stick. Actually, a place I used to work at, I had to do that with horse tack. The little brass buckles for bridles and other things. The guy's name that was doing it had his name emblazoned on it, and what they were doing was using like a black India ink and painting on it, painting these letters in. And it was kind of set in bas relief, and then you had to wipe it down to make sure that it wasn't, that it could be read. I actually rather enjoyed that one. I organized the stacking pattern for it myself. They used to just kind of throw them into a box. I started wrapping them in tissue paper so that they wouldn't get damaged or knocked around or jostled or chipped in shipping, because, well, I dealt with paints before and I know what pitfalls befall it. The fella that was buying the bridles was sure happy enough. Buying the brass bits. He was sure enough happy. He was sure enough happy. Now, I'll have to come off a little bit on this side because I do not want to get that brass if I can avoid it. And believe it or not, by and large, I missed the brass. Not bad at all. Now, is this dry to the touch? Dry enough. I can paint this side now. What I like about this side is there's no metal to get in my way. Which means that I can just do this in a straight shot like this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, side to side. Thank you, Dr. Still. I still gotta get the front of the lid here. That's not gonna be fun for me, I suspect. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the top side first. And a little more here. That is a bright pink jewelry box. Now remember, we're not entirely done with it. I just wanted the pink to be the back coat for it. I'm not gonna, I may see if I can wipe it down, but I'm not going to promise that I'm going to do that. Wiping it down takes off sometimes a little too much paint, and I don't want to do that. Now, here comes the fun part. Turning this up on its end. Getting rid of this excess paint that got on me. And kind of going back to our little brush again to touch up between these. Now let's move this brass lock out of our way for a minute. There we go, because I got to get in between the lock and this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to touch up this area here. We'll come in underneath it like so. How'd you guys like the video of the Reptile Expo? Had some cool stuff down there. See how many minutes we got on this. Because I'm just going to talk to you today, guys. I'm not in that mood to be all too fancy Dan. Now, don't want to get anything on that brass, so I'm going to keep using this little brush, and I think it'll turn out just fine. I'll probably be posting a lot of very short videos tonight. I've got a product review from the Peanut. I got this, and I got some other things I'm going to be doing. If I get paint on the brass lock, I'm going to have to fix that. Alright, now get down in those crevices. Now, let's flip this dude down. Lock this dude up so we don't get it in the way. Grab the paint. As you can see, it has gone from being a wood-colored box to a bright pink, very girly box. And strange as it may sound, I actually kind of like the colored paint. It's nice, it pops. And it gets attention. You see it, and no matter where you're at, it will get your attention. It will grab your attention, and it will hold on to your attention. Get in here around these crevices. Just dab a little bit up here, and I don't mean that weird dance that people do. Let me touch this up. Now let's turn it. And I got a little bit of a place right in here. One right here, and one right here. Now, I don't know about painting the bottom of it. I don't really see the point in painting the bottom of it. Alright, we're going to let that dry for a few minutes, for a bit. I said it over here, I may have to touch it up a little bit where I just handled it, but it is what it is. Alright, guys. I'm going to go upload this first video, and then I'll leave the rest of this stuff intact until we're done. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell to get notified. And here I am without my glasses, and I'll see you guys, one and all, on the flip side. Don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. And good night. Alright, guys, we're about to work on the next part of this. Of the Peanuts jewelry box. I've got some Mod Podge here. Never used this stuff, so we're going to see how that turns out. I've got some extra fine glitter. We're going to try to employ that. And I've got to put some upholstery inside here. And I don't know when we'll get to the upholstery. We're going to work on the outside of the box today. So, we'll look at the instructs here. Store at room temperature, yes. Close container, clean up while wet with soap and water to eliminate tackiness. To eliminate tackiness. Those are the things I could say on that matter. Now, so we're going to have to find something to put underneath this. I'll tell you what. I'll be right back. Guys, what we got right here is going to be a piece of my art history. In this case, this tray right here. This was the first tray I ever used, the first work surface I ever had for my sculpting and what all. It's an old airline tray. I don't know exactly where my mother or grandmother picked it up, but it's proven to be a very useful, very helpful tray. So, let's see what we got. Let's go back and I gotta find my brush now. I had a Mod Podge brush here. Okay, yeah, back to the Mod Podge. Let's see what we got. Here it is. Use clear acrylic sealer. We can do that. That way we eliminate tackiness, which is always good to not be tacky. People would argue that. I need it as a, not a built-up finish, more or less as a sealer. And then I'll go over it with some clear coat. Okay. So, what we're going to do is kind of get the, got some stickers right here in like a Minnie Mouse sort of activity set. And if there's any stickers in here, I want to use them and see what we can come up with. So, if I can get it open. Let's see what all's in this thing. After one of these grab and goes. Alright, well, we got some crayons, interestingly enough. Alright, we got a few stickers. Let's see if there's anything else in here we can use. Nope. Okay. We'll look at this in a minute. Let's see what's in here. Alright, those are coloring things. I'll just let the peanut have that. She's nuts about Minnie Mouse. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, just put a few of these on here. Then I'll just kind of Mod Podge over the outside of it. So, just kind of want some rhyme or reason to it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put Minnie up there and Daisy down here. And I like this one. It says no stopping this girl. Don't know if you can see it. Let me kill the light and see if you can see it. And now. Alright, now. So we're going to put that one right down here. We need Figaro. We're going to put him right here. Now, oh, that one there tried to tear on us. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing off in one piece. Alright, we got another one here, and she's holding on to what appears to be a bunny rabbit, and we'll put that on the lid over here on this side. And some sort of wee little bird thingy, I'll put it down here. And you got another one of Minnie and Daisy, and I will put it right here. Now, don't know about the telephone or the notepad, so now what we're going to do is we're going to break out the Mod Podge now. Now, oh, well, we got a metal seal on this, an aluminum seal. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull this up like that. I'm only going to Mod Podge the lid because I can clear coat the rest of it. I probably could clear coat the stickers anyway, but I want to try my hand with this. If I can get into it without making a mess. Let's see if I can get in here. I'll have to get something sharp to get into it. Oh. Well, that's like a very, very, very thick glue. It smells really odd. Okay. Now, I'll clean off my sculpting blade. Oh, that was not good. It's actually one of my better blades. I don't want anything happening to it. Now, that's done. Now, we got to, I'm going to brush some of this on here. Now I'm going to use some of this glitter, but I ain't sure exactly when yet. But let's see. I'm just going to go with a little bit of it. I don't want to go too nuts. Man, this stuff's got a funny smell to it. Yeah. So we're going to try this and see if it works. Like I said, really I think that you could probably get away. Let's see, this is dry clear. It's supposed to dry clear. So let's hope that this works. So I'm only going to Mod Podge over the... I'm only going to Mod Podge over the labels, over the stickers. So I can clear coat the rest and do the job nicely. There we go. And it's got an odd smell. Now, go ahead and do this over here. Alright, let's go ahead and clear off this excess. Now, let's see how that turns out. Now, we'll lay this over here. Close up this stuff. This stuff smells really weird. Now, I'm going to try this glitter stuff and see how this works. So I've got an idea, but I'm not real sure it's going to work. So we're going to try it one way to find out. I'll have to poke out this. There's a little nozzle right here on top. Now, alright. Okay, get rid of that now. There we go. Now, just gonna have to grab a handful of it, I suppose. And then we'll kind of actually, that's kind of neat looking. It's kind of a neat little effect. Now, we'll probably have to do the rest of this on the morrow. But it's like a little sprinkling of pixie dust on it. My hand's been glitter bombed. Yeah, I've got one more side to do. And what I'm going to do is grab this, kind of just barely glitter it. Don't want to end up with so much on it that it... Now, it's got a glittery top on it. So, we're going to let that dry overnight. Oh, I got one more thing. I forgot the decoupage. I'm going to have to hit that. I'll show you. Where I put that sticker up on the very front. I got to do that one. Alright. Oh, let's get it done then. Because that was the one spot I did not. So, we'll do just that. Just kind of just barely glaze over it. So I'm gonna clear coat all over it anyway when I'm done. Now, close up this stuff. This stuff smells rank. Mod Podge. I mean, it's the famous stuff. It's got a lot of fans, but I don't think that the key to success was smelling good. Maybe we've got a little bit too much on there. But now, I think that looks pretty nifty. The lid and the panels with the decoupage has sort of a glittery texture to them. Now, we'll be able to See, it's kind of glittery now. And we'll see if I can recover some of this glitter. We're going to get this brush out of my way here. And hopefully not glue something to it. And we have some glitter left over, so let's open this up. Oh, picked up something. What did I just pick up? Huh. There it is. Huh. Disappeared in there. That's what it did. I think it's a string. Oh well. We're going to let that rest. And if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified. This is only part 1, mind you. So there will be more coming. And I'll see you cats on the flip side. Next time you see it, we'll be varnishing it and putting the interior. Bye-bye.